Welcome to Beyond Common Sense. We are on episode 18. If you saw the title, it says, Do I Need the 10 Commandments? I think we've kind of forgotten about the 10 Commandments in our world today. And I believe as born-again believers, sometimes we shy away from them because we don't want to be guilty of telling people that we need to keep them for our salvation. We know that's not true. But the 10 Commandments, they're really good advice, don't you think? God gave them to Israel to show them how to live their lives in a good way, not just toward Him, but toward others. And as I was thinking about them this week, I thought, I think I'm going to talk a little bit about the 10 Commandments. Now, it was just in the last 15, 20 years that I learned a new way to remember all the 10 Commandments in order, and that was a great blessing to my heart. So I'm going to kind of weave that into this as well. But the 10 Commandments, do we need them? Well, I would say a hearty yes. And we use hand signals for the children to remember the different commandments. For example, hold up one finger, one, only one God. There's only one God, folks, one true living God, and that is the Jehovah God of the Bible. Sadly, some people want to make Allah the same as God, Jehovah God. Nope, not true. There's only one God, and He is the God of the Bible. All other gods are false gods. They can teach us good things. If you follow Buddha, you will live a good, clean life in some respects, but the way to eternal life is the way to determine whether a religion or a God is following the one true God, because He alone sacrificed His only begotten Son so that we would be able to have eternal life. Only one God did that for us. And any other religion that adds to that to give us the hope of eternal life, that's a false religion. So there's only one God. Number two, hold up two fingers and make like scissors. Don't make any graven image. God knew if we did that, we would do exactly what people do. We would bow down and worship it. And He knows that that will lead us in a false way. Number three, if you hold up three letters, if you hold up three fingers, you might see the letter W. And we tap that to our mouths and say, watch your words. Don't take God's name in vain. Number three, oh my, if any of these commandments are at the top of the list for being taken, this commandment does have more words to it. Listen to this. You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless who takes His name in vain. Wow, sad. Number four is a little stretch. You hold down your four fingers like four wheels on a car, and you get in it and you go to church. Number four, remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Now, this verse is huge. There's a whole bunch of stuff there, and I'm actually going to end with that one. Okay, number five, you hold all five fingers up and make a salute. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Honor your father and mother. And this one as well comes with a promise. It says this, that your days may be long upon the land which the Lord your God is giving you. That's a blessing. We are blessed when we keep these commandments. And then others are pretty self-explanatory. Number five, if you hold up one finger and make a gun with the other hand. Number six, thou shalt not kill. Don't kill. Number seven, five fingers on one hand, two fingers on the other. We often say, holding up the two fingers and wiggling them, one husband, one wife, not many. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Number eight, hold up just the fingers and not the thumbs. And we're reminded of a different time when perhaps, or a different country, where they chopped off the thumbs of a thief leaving you with number 8, 8 fingers. Don't steal. Number 9, hold down one thumb and you have 9 fingers up, one down. This little guy, he's saying, no, that's not what happened. And all 9 are saying, yes, because he is bearing a false witness or lying. Don't lie is number 9. And number 10, we just grab with all of our 10 fingers and say to the children, gimme, gimme, gimme. Don't covet. Don't covet. As I'm going through these, I'm thinking, wow, these are precious. These are wonderful. Really, it's a sad thing that these do not hang in every schoolroom. Even homeschoolers, it might be great to put them up in your schoolroom and just take one a day throughout the year and take a look at them and think about what they mean. But I'd like to go back to number 4 because I posted something on my Facebook which caused a little bit of a stir. Last Sunday was Mother's Day, and we were just having such a great time in church. It was the first time we'd opened our doors, and oh my, the singing, the fellowship. Oh, we minded our social distancing, but it was wonderful. And I posted something about that. I said this: can you be godly? Can you be a godly mom and not take your children to church? I'll let you chew on that one and think on that one for a moment. But commandment number 4 is to remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. In fact, he goes on and says this. This is all concerning that 4th commandment. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, not your cattle, not your stranger who lives within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the 7th day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. God gave us Sunday. It has switched to Sunday because of his resurrection. Jesus could have risen from the dead on Saturday, but he didn't. He rose the first day of the week. And this too was a revelation to me when somewhere along my husband's preaching, he made the comment that as Jews, they finish their week off with their Sabbath and going to the temple. We begin our week by starting it with God. I just love that. That was extra. Church. Do you have to go to church to be a Christian? No. Do you have to go to church to be an obedient Christian? Yes. Do you have to go to church to be godly? Well, I'll let you chew on that one as well. I am hoping to put a post out today, perhaps, that's called What is Godliness? But sometimes when we take things and put them into the physical world, we can understand them a little bit better. Because godliness to me is sort of like beautiful. We can't just say, do this, and this, and you will have beauty. Or you do these things and you will be godly. It doesn't work that way. It's different for every believer. But I will say this. If you are on a ball team and you don't go to the practices, will the coach be pleased? And will you be a good ball player? Will you feel like part of the team? No, none of that is true. And I believe the world has just taken away our joy of going to church on Sunday and has just stuffed our lives with everything imaginable to keep us away from church. Church has gotten a bad name. Yes, there are always going to be pastors or people who are not doing right, but we don't want to be guilty of throwing the baby out with the bathwater. What a descriptive statement. Oh my. Church. I hope that if you go to church, you go to be a blessing to others. You go for the fellowship. You go to find a friend. I know sometimes that's difficult. If you're new, it sometimes takes months until you really feel like you're a part of things. But I do know this. When you jump in and you become a part, and you take part with things, and you take part in activities, you become part of that local body of believers. So I would ask you this. If you don't feel like you belong, may I turn it around and ask you this? Are you helping out in the nursery? Are you cleaning? Are you coming to the special meetings? Are you coming to the special activities? Do you come when there's a dinner? Do you come when there's a work day? How much are you a part of that fellowship? That will determine how much you feel like you belong. Church is a wonderful thing. God knew that we needed it. Oh, I was glad when they said to me, let us go to the house of the Lord. Commandment number 4. It comes right after the first 3, which talks about our relationship with God and how we need to love Him and recognize Him for who He is, honor Him. And it comes right before the final 6, which tells us how to respond and react and live peacefully in this world with other people. And right in between that is commandment number 4. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. God doesn't do anything by accident. He knew that was the place where everything, all 9 commandments would come together. We would learn about Him. We would come and worship Him. And we would grow in our love and understanding of who He is. And it's a place where we would also rub off those rough edges of people and other folks that we know. Because church is not made up of people who are all the same. It's not like, it's not like a club where I joined this club because we all have the same interests. That's not how it works with church. We're all so different. We can have political differences. We can have different hobbies and thoughts, but we all come together because of the one true God and our beliefs and doctrines about that God. And so church is the place where we learn how to live with our fellow man, and we learn how to truly worship and honor the one true God. Well, that's all for today. I hope that you have a good and godly day today, and I hope that you'll be in your house of worship tomorrow. Thanks for listening.